This is David Lynn, sometimes known as the Prepper Principal, on summer vacation in week number 6. And you are with me for another edition of Coffee Talk, number 468, live stream, 7 p.m. or thereabouts, Central Time, Tuesday, July the 8th, 2025. And I am drinking Nescafe coffee with Carnation Instant or little creamer packets. Little creamers, liquid creamers. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. KP Heathen, my friend, and Julianne West. Welcome, both of you. I have been busy working on content. I had been doing a few views. Julia, I gotta go visit your channel. I apologize, young lady. I need to get over there. Well, I am slowly inching up to 2,000 subscribers. I got Dave's box mailed, and they said he'll get it Saturday. Look for it Saturday. So my friend Guru and Wahoo the Turtle, aka Yoda, who's going by Yoda's Blessed Life now, and he is over 14K. He's working on 15K subscribers. I'm sorry. I will try to shout you out. Please drop the link to your new channel. Kayla Boo, young lady. Good evening. Thank you for stopping by. And my friend Claudette from Canada. Enrique Trevino from Texas. Good man. Desi Jati. Guys, if you're not friends with Julianne West on her new channel, Desi Jati, please befriend her. It will be greatly appreciated. Inappropriate content warning tonight. I think it's Uncle Al's influence. I've been doing a lot of his subject matter, and they don't like us being prepared. Creative redundancy, how's it going? They're haters, and they just hate me. I will just tell you that they are haters, and they hate me. Uncle Al, Bullfrog 79. And CR, my friend, creative redundancy. Rizzo, wow. RENZLO. I mispronounced everything. I apologize. But I appreciate y'all coming in. Should be 8 in the house, 10 likes. We are getting started well this evening. Chona Adventure Vogue. I gotta look into this one. CHONA Adventure VLOG. Let's look and see what we got here. Go to channel. Chona Adventure Vlog 7.1 7K, 1,000 videos. Does a few live streams, does some live streaming. Does a few posts. Got some pretty good shorts. I love the flowers and sunset. Very nice. Highlights. Lots of highlights. And a few. And I am subscribed. I am a subscriber. All right. Let me get over. Ooh, boy. Get to it, David. Get to it. Buying Space and Anne Marie. Yoda. My friend Yoda. You got a blue wrench now, young lady. How you doing, Renzo? 8 in the house, 13 likes. Anne Marie, how are you doing, young lady? And Myra Elaine, Buying Space. You got moderator. Pretty good start. Pretty good start. 12 people leaving comments so far. Yeah, God bless you. And as I had mentioned, I'm drinking Nescafé coffee. And I am in the process of sending Nescafé to some friends. Carnation Liquid Creamers. Right now, it's Amazon Prime, the 8th through the 11th, and I have been abusing my Amazon Prime privileges. Lots of stuff coming in. I got some stuff that's already due in, and it's overdue, so I don't have anything to do with an unenveloping or unboxing today, but I should have some stuff tomorrow, certainly. A lot of times, they deliver late. I get late deliveries. Melinda Elliott. How are you doing, young lady? Melinda Elliott. Blessings that you're here. I put something in the mail for you. I'd have thought you'd get it today. Son, my mail delivery is worthless. They're very bad. A lot of times I don't get my mail. Somebody else gets my mail. I sometimes get my mail a month late. You know, it's like, okay, they put it back in the mail and I finally get it, or, you know, sometimes somebody will bring it over. The mail delivery here in Victoria is pathetic. Really is. And a lot of the stuff that I get from Amazon is delivered by the U.S. Postal Office. So some of it you get your regular mail, and then some of it they do like late evening deliveries or weekend deliveries because they're working overtime for Amazon or for one of the delivery services. And they're just, I'm not too happy with them, but I'll be looking for it, Enrique. And you didn't have to send me anything. I do like thank you cards. Thank you cards. I do like watch time. I do like likes, like comments. Those are all things you can send me. And you do. I appreciate you. So, Dave, I'm at 1955. I'm inching my way up to 2. There will be a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. If you're new to me, or if you don't watch me very often, and you're just spotty, you should know that I do a subscriber giveaway every 100 subscribers. I'm not like Dave, where I can grow like 10,000 subscribers in a couple of months. You know, I'm inching my way since he changed his content a little bit up. I mean, changed his content up a little bit, and changed what he's doing. He's just been blowing up. But seriously, I'm at 1955. And I will be doing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. If you want to see what's in the boxes that I give away for when I do my drawings, look at one of my subscriber giveaways. Last one I did was 1,900 on this channel, and then I did do a 100 subscriber giveaway on my backup channel, because my goal on my backup channel, which I basically use to, I store my content from my main channel on my backup channel in private mode, in case something ever happens. My goal was to get past 100 or get to 100, and I'm sitting at 106. I'm happy where I'm at right there. And I did a 100 subscriber giveaway. So you want to go to my backup channel and look at that. I will. I just said hi on my backup channel. That's Coffee Talk. And I am looking at comments on my backup channel. I'm using an iPad, 10th generation iPad, to basically do my live stream. I do have a MacBook, but I don't use it for whatever reason. I always get screwed up using it. It's for some reason it generally tends to go haywire 15-20 minutes into the live stream, and I've had that happen to me several times. So I just said the hell with it, and I don't use it for live streaming. I use my iPad, and I'm not real technical. And then I use my iPhone. I've got an iPhone 12, and I use my iPhone to look at the what's going on. Thank you, Claudette. 11 in the house, 14 likes. And somebody told me, I heard them earlier say that they had got a content warning about me. You know. So if you find my content offensive, I apologize. But I do preparedness, I do cooking, I do a little bit. I'm working on news right now. I'm working on an update. I'm working on a little short Coffee Talk news to talk about the border construction, the border wall, where we're at. I give a few statistics on, I give a few statistics. I talk a little bit about the money, and it just, that's something that I'm interested in. I've done a couple of them in the last 6 months or so. I've done a couple of them on the border, and I'll be putting together another one been taking notes, and I have been researching it. So what I'm putting out basically comes from the um, different versions of the government and stuff on search engines and such. Little Lone Prepper, how are you doing, Little Lone Prepper? So I just released a video of a box that I did, and this is a follow-up box. A box that I did for my friend Dave. His name is David. I call him Dave. He's going by Yoda. Yoda's Blessed Life. And the one I dropped it today, and it's got 68 views so far. Please leave a like and a comment. It may be one of the 5 videos that I will have released when I hit the 2,000. I mean, I could hit it overnight, or it could be 2 weeks from now. But I figure, I am going to be working on another MRE review, menu number 3. I've got it in a tray ready. Menu number 3 is chicken, noodles, and vegetables and sauce. I'm going to be working on that one possibly tomorrow. Right now it's very wet. The weather's very wet. Hillbilly Josh, how you doing, sir? Hillbilly Josh, welcome. Another good friend who's got a good channel. Hillbilly Josh Loftus, and he is in. He's a young man. He's doing what my father did when he was a young man. My father worked on a drilling crew for his uncle, who ran a drilling crew, what was called a tool pusher, and my father was what was referred to as a roughneck, and that was back probably 75 years ago. 80 years ago. Yeah, probably 80 years ago. Just working. I understand, son. I understand. Work, save your money, take care of yourself. Hot and dry. Been hitting 100. It's been wet here. It's in the 80s, upper 80s, and it's wet. It's raining. It's been raining. It, of course, every time it rains, it just makes the grass grow more. I did yesterday get a lot of concrete, a lot of culvert, a lot of, I got a lot of weed kill spraying done. So places where I don't like weed eating, I probably will not have to weed eat because I've done a really good job on that. No, I'm not done, and there's a lot more to be done because I've got a huge place. But I mean, out front, I've been doing a lot. And I did a little bit of mowing earlier, but then I saw it was going to rain, so I had to stop. Working in the back. 107. Ah, the garden spot. Nice, cool out there in the Communist Republic of California. That's one of the things I think YouTube doesn't like about me, because I do make comments. I do voice my comments. First Amendment right to free speech, and they hate that. I'm drinking Nescafé coffee. Doing coffee talk. All right. So let me get into the conversation. Let me get into the conversation. Then I'll have some more information for you. So Uncle Al contacted me. He's like a mentor to me, and I really appreciate it. He is a very intelligent man. He's had a very interesting life, very bright, very knowledgeable, and we're both boomers. So he contacted me with a topic for today, and it basically goes, today's topic is food storage, and that's an excellent topic to talk about with anybody. You guys might want to take a few notes. Food storage. Um, well, I don't think California will become part of Canada. First of all, if the blue parts of California want to become part of Canada, that's fine with me. But majority of California, all the rural areas and there's a lot of red counties in California. The problem is that the bulk of the population's in those big blue cesspool cities. Uh, anyway, I would be happy if all those big blue uh, cities, basically, their people basically migrated up to Canada, to the eastern part of Canada, because the western part of Canada is talking about becoming part of the United States, because it's very conservative, and it does not like the eastern part of Canada that's very liberal. You've got some provinces up there that are really talking about voting to get out and basically get in with us. Okay, so um, the 52 cans food system, developed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture in the 1950s to boost home pantry from the rationing and shortage caused by World War II. On the onset of the Cold War, President Eisenhower, former command of the military in Europe, Eisenhower, ordered the Department of Agriculture to increase food pantry in the United States. A home garden that saved the household big money in the 1950s. Note, and I looked this up. Uncle Al had given me some information about money, and I wanted to look it up, so I've got a little bit more detail. In 1950, the U.S. dollar had the buying power of $9.87 in 2023. So in other words, a dollar today, or $10 today, is the equivalent of about a dollar, or maybe not even the equivalent of a dollar back in 1950, which was 75 years ago. In the 1950s, a family of four could expect to spend roughly $18 to $22 per week on groceries. So we're talking, we're talking over $200 a week today. That'd be like $800 plus a month for groceries. Raising chickens for eggs and meat, and raising rabbits for meat. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people did that. It's a good idea. Yeah, I remember the government cheese. I oftentimes you see a long line at Walmart, or I get line. Sometimes there's a long line at Aldi because usually there's one person checking. I always make an inappropriate comment about looks like a government cheese line. A lot of people don't know what I'm talking about because that was back in the days. But I can remember, my mom driving me around when I was a kid. We'd pass the government office and there'd be like 50 people standing in line to get their cheese allotment. Good night, Josh. Thank you for stopping by. God bless, son. So, stockpiling food and water Stockpile food and water was next. Since canned food was the easiest way to store food in a safe manner. You know, it usually has best by dates on it. Sometimes it has expiration date, but mostly it's best by date. And I've got a lot of cans that I've opened cans. They're like 3 or 4 years past the best by date, and they're still good. You know, now if it starts bloating or if it smells funny when you open it because you want to do the sniff test, you want to look at it, I would not touch it. But you know, if it still smells good, if the can's not damaged or dented or bloated, and you keep it in a relatively stable, dark place where it's, you know, temperature's not, I keep my stuff climate controlled, it'll last you a long time. So stockpiling food and water was next. Since canned food was the easiest way to store food in a safe manner, the 52 can system was developed for a struggling family of 4. Have nourishing food on the table. Since canned food doesn't need refrigeration or packaging, dry goods, with little or no cooking, canned food is the ideal choice. 52 cans a week, 1 can a week. 52 cans a year, 1 can a week. Example, Spam. Other cans are soups, vegetables, fruits, baked beans, etc. Chili, corn, peas, and, you know, and then cans of meat, chicken, meat or beef, tuna, fish, etc. The only thing about raising meat is you have to know how to butcher it, and you need to be able to dispose of blood, feathers, skin, if unused, and entrails. Yes. And you got to have a pretty strong stomach when it comes to that kind of stuff. That's true, Barbara. Thank you. Hey, take care. Take care, Dave. Appreciate you. God bless my friend. 8 in the house, 19 likes. A government pamphlet was issued in 1957 for low-income families and people in targeted urban areas. That would be nuclear targets, the big cities, near the big bases, you know, military bases and such, the ports. The Eisenhowers in the White House show the pantry using the 52 can system, which was covered in Life and Look magazines. There even was an I Love Lucy episode featuring the 52 can system, showing the wad of cash from savings in Lucy's hands. By 1967, America recovers. The rise of suburbs. Flight from urban centers. These measures have been forgotten. What cans might you store? Well, again, fruit, vegetables, chicken, meats, tuna, you know, corn, peas, beans, baked beans, different kinds of green beans, peas, lots of stuff. Oh, I'm so sorry that your mother went to the hospital. God bless her. God bless her. I will pray for her. You're here. Oh, so let me say something about Dave real fast. In addition, that he can expect a box from me Saturday. That's why I was told it would be delivered. Uncle Aldo, Uncle Al, you're next. And then I think Idaho Garden Girl. It's been a while, probably been about a year since I've sent her something. Idaho Garden Girl, Stephanie. She'll be getting one. afterwards. I'm working my way through. Anyway, so Dave's over 14K. He did a post on his community wall. He did a community post. He says he's going to leave it up until he hits 15K. He said that if you go over, leave a like and a comment on it, you can reach out to some of those other people who have commented that maybe you're not friends with and become friends. And that way both of you will grow. You're friends with them and they're friends with you, and watch a couple of their videos, leave likes, leave comments. I oftentimes will go ahead and hit that little button that shows you a timestamp. That way they saw I watched the whole thing. And it's a good way to pick up new friends. Retaliation box. Good Lord. Oh, and I haven't forgotten about the tray. That'll be in the next one, Dave. Dave and Uncle Al have both promised to do a ration review, and that way I could say they're a ration channel. Uncle Al has already done a ration review. I don't remember. Dave, did you do a ration review last time? I think I sent you some rations. I need watch hours. I understand. I will try to help you with. I will try to help you a little bit more. Also, I did subscribe the backup channel. That backup channel seems to specialize in Taco Bell. I tell you what, Myra put up a lot of stuff about Taco Bell boxes and different, taco related. Got a little humor in it. And I do love myself some Taco Bell once in a while. I like the Nachos Del Grande. The Nachos Del Grande. Something to be said of a bean burrito. Anytime it's been a while since I've been over, but I go and get a couple of bean burritos and Nachos Del Grande, and I keep wanting, if I do a short or whatever, I keep wanting to put up the cookout scene from the audio from the cookout scene at Blazing Saddles. I do that once in a while. One of the funny Blazing Saddles. One of the funniest movies you will ever see in your life. It's over 50 years old. Slim Pickens, Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is still alive. He's like in his mid-90s now, but back in his prime when he was really putting out some good stuff. Madeline Kahn, it had a cast. Very, very funny. The rednecks and the cookout scene, that was really funny. I love that one. Oh, I love Mexican food. I'll be doing a short. I did pot roast today. I did a pot roast with vegetables. I will after this live stream is over in about 25 minutes or so. When this live stream's over, it's ready. I just need to go plate it up. I will do a short showing you what I cooked. And it's very easy to do. And I've did a video on how to do a pot roast one time. And and today, normally you slow cook, it's like 8 hours. And I add stuff. I'll get like a roast kit, beef or a pork roast kit, depending, and I'll add to it. Like sometimes I add, if it's a beef kit, I'll add a couple of links of, pork sausage. Usually add some ear corn to it. That doesn't come in the kit. I usually add some ear corn, sometimes bell pepper. I add an extra onion. Very, very good stuff. Very good stuff. Anyway, so I am trying to get to 2K. When I hit 2K, there will be another subscriber giveaway. If you want to be in my drawing, you need to leave me a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I will have released. Now, when I did my 100 subscriber giveaway on my backup channel, that last video that I was constantly talking about, because for a month, that's all I did was my backup channel. I let my main channel rest during the month of May. the last month of the school year, and I basically worked on my backup channel trying to get it to 100K. I mean, to 100 subscribers. And when I started working on it, I was like at about 61. And it took me the third week into June, and because I went back to work on my main channel in early June, but I continued trying to get my backup channel to 100 subscribers. I finally hit 100 subscribers. Now, that last video that I released, before I hit 100, it had 20 comments. So I took that, wrote down those 20 channel names, and I started backtracking. 4 more videos. Check off. Did they leave a comment? Did they leave a comment? And when I got down to it, there were only 6 channels that had left comments on all 5. There were some that had left comments on 3. There were some that had left comments on 4. But there were only 6 channels, and Enrique Trevino, 2 of those channels were his. And he's not a content creator, but he's a very good supporter. He's a very good follower. He enjoys. He does what I used to do before they talked me into starting releasing content. And I've talked to him a couple of times about, why don't you, like that box I did, why don't you go ahead and just film yourself? You don't want to film your face, just film your hands, unboxing what was in it, and upload it as a short, or upload it as a video. And now you're a content creator. And you don't have to do that many, and just do a few, and then you'll start picking up subscribers, And I am subscribed to both of his channels. At any rate, it is what it is. But I finally hit that 100, and there was only 6 channels that qualified. Now, I've got the feeling it's going to be more than that for this one when I hit the 2,000, but not that many more. I don't know why everybody's not, it's a good way. And I mean, even if I have, the most I've ever had was like 40. So can you imagine having odds, 1 chance in 40? That's still pretty good odds to get a box that, I'm going to be spending about $100 on you when I wind up sending it to you. So, it's a pretty good chance. And I don't understand why more people aren't taking advantage of it. And I do talk about it all the time, Joseph Moore, my friend, how you doing? Melinda Elliott and Joseph Moore talking. Joseph has received a couple of things from me. He is one of my winners, and I think I also sent him. He retaliated. He sent me I've got it in my trailer. He sent me a real nice red emergency pack. It's got a backpack. It's got all sorts of stuff in it. I did a review of it. Thank you so much. He sent it directly from Amazon, so I guess he has Prime where he didn't have to pay for the shipping. That's a good way to send people stuff. Mom of 4 boys. Hello, Rachel. Where am I at? 21 likes. 9 in the house right now. Mr. Whistle, how you doing, sir? Mr. Whistle in the house. And I have been shouting out channels. I have been connecting channels. The last few videos I put up, I have been linking like better part of 40 channels. If you're not friends with all of these channels, you go in and look at my description. I only put descriptions on my videos. I don't put descriptions on my shorts. I don't put descriptions on my live streams usually. I do shout out channels in my community posts. I've been told that YouTube doesn't like you to do that. They think you're like trying to be a growth channel if you're putting out shout outs in your community post. And I do produce a lot of content. So I'm definitely not what you'd call a growth channel. Victim of the lag. Welcome, victim of the lag. A relatively new friend. I would encourage y'all to touch base if you haven't done so. Victim of the lag. 22 likes, 9 in the house. It's been fluctuating. People come and go. They spend a few minutes, and then they got other stuff to do. I certainly understand that. So, want to go over tonight's topic one more time. We're 40 minutes into the live stream. Probably got another 20 minutes to go. I try to do an hour. For those of you who are relatively new, today's topic is food storage, the 52 can food system developed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture in the 1950s to boost home pantry from the rationing and shortage caused by World War II. And yes, speaking a little bit more about that, during World War II, we had over 10 million men in military, different branches. And our priority was to feed them, to supply and feed them. So they got first call when it came to groceries and such. Because of that, they did rationing. And you would get a coupon book, which would allow you to acquire or buy. Didn't mean you like free coupons like what they used to give food stamps. It would allow you to buy. You'd have to turn in coupons when you went to buy something, and you were allowed to buy a certain amount. So therefore, with that going on, you had shortages, and you had people growing what they called victory gardens. It's a good idea to garden today, because I mean the best fruit and vegetables you can have are homegrown. Best stuff you can have is homegrown. They used to do green stamps, yes. I can remember, you must be a little bit older too. I'm not saying you're old, but I can remember back in the day when you would get stamps that you put in a book, and then you could go and you could acquire stuff. They had a store in Corpus, because I grew up in Corpus, and the grocery stores would give out green stamps, and you put them in your book, and you get to a certain amount, and you could go, depending on how many stamps you had, you could go acquire stuff. It's like something to do. Yeah, vouchers, like vouchers. Yeah, vouchers. So the onset of the Cold War, after World War II, you had some detente, and then you wound up going to a Cold War. And several years after the United States had developed the bomb, the Russians developed the bomb. And then you got into then we developed the hydrogen bomb, and then they developed the hydrogen bomb, and we got into a Cold War. And you had the Iron Curtain in Europe. So Western Europe was under our influence, and Eastern Europe was under the Soviet influence. And we developed NATO, and they developed what they called the Warsaw Pact. And we basically was faced off for a period of time. And militarily, they were the big land power, so they had like massive amounts of, whereas we were in the air power and the sea power. So we had like more than 1,000 ship navy, and we Air Force and bombers, and then we developed the ICBM, and then they developed we each developed the ICBM and everything. But we were they had us, the Soviets, they had us when it came to an army, but we had them when it came to Air Force, air power. Not that they didn't have a strong one, but basically we were the air power and we were the sea power. They tried to tried to compete with us as far as sea power is concerned, but they're basically a land power. Grocery stores had pots and pans you could get with stamps on a card. Yes. Yes, their shortages were real. My mother, newly married to my father at the start of the war, and then he got drafted. My father and my uncle both served 43 to 46. 43 is when we started going in. You know, we started trying to take back land in Europe. So we went into North Africa. You know, and then we were staging in England. 44, we invaded the invasion to retake Europe. And the war ended in May. Well, it was actually June of 45, the victory in the West. And then it was a few more months before, you know, Japan surrendered after we bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki. John Holmes, my friend, John Holmes. How are you doing? John C. Holmes, please leave a like to support the channel, guys. A bunch of excellent folks. I appreciate y'all's support. Does anyone get Snap? Now, I will say this. My family, farmers and ranchers. I mean, I divested myself of all that. I divested myself of rental property and all that. I inherited rental property, houses and duplexes and such. And I finally got to the point when, you know, I divested myself of that stuff 30 years ago. It was... yeah, I grew up, we always had a garden. Nice garden. Grew nice stuff. Fruit trees, peach trees, plum trees. My parents brought them from Georgia. Those Freestone peaches. I can remember lemon, tangerine, grapefruit, figs. We had all that stuff. Back in the days. Right now, I've got one peach tree back there that's just starting to produce, you know, in the back. Still do some gardening, but I don't have time. I don't have the energy to do it. I need some kids to do that. 10 in the house, 11 in the house, 23 likes. So, on the outset of the Cold War, President Eisenhower ordered the Department of Agriculture to increase food pantry in the U.S. A home garden that saved the household big money in the 1950s. Note, in 1950, the U.S. dollar had the buying power of, and I'll just say this, about $10, a little over $10. So, a dollar in 1950 was worth about $10 or a little more than $10 today. And back then, a family of four could be expected to spend roughly $18 to $22 per week on groceries. That would be the equivalent of about $200 or a little more than $200 a week today. So a family of four, you can expect to spend $800 today a month, you know, in that money. Raising chickens for eggs and meat, raising rabbits for meat, something that a lot of people did, they still do. We have chickens. We don't really butcher them. My wife has in the past, but we don't butcher them, but we do get tons of eggs. Home people have coffee stations and a microwave only. Yeah, smoker's nice. Oh, I've got a barbecue pit made out of heavy pipe. My salutatorian before I retired, salutatorian at my school, he had a project in shop class welding, ag. He made me one hell of a pit, heavy. It took 4 people to move that damn thing and put it on a back end of a truck. heavy pit. I've got it here at the house. I've got it covered. I really don't use it. I use my propane. I've got a propane cooker that I use basically when we grill outside. Use a 20-pound tank, but I've got a real nice one. It's pristine. I'd rather volunteer and eat at the charity diner before I receive food stamps. I understand. Can opener 1% maybe. Yes, can openers. Where are you? I've given out a lot of these, and I also tell you in a carry bag you better have can openers. Better have a can opener in your carry bag. I did a video on a carry bag recently. Yeah, a lot of people that get money, they don't get that much, and they do get like boxes. They'll get boxes, gift boxes from the church, food pantries and such. They'll give out a box, give some certain amount of food. It's donated. Stockpiling food and water was next. Since canned food was the easiest way to store food in a safe manner, the 52 can system was developed for a struggling family of 4. Have nourishing food on the table, since canned food doesn't need refrigeration or packaging, dry goods. With little or no cooking, canned food is the ideal choice. 52 cans a year, 1 can a week. Example, Spam. Other cans are soup, vegetables, fruit, baked beans, chicken, meat, tuna, peas, corn, chili. I mean, lots of good stuff. A government pamphlet was issued in 1957. Mike Crusher Reviews. How's it going, Mike? I need to go by and check. Have you dropped that latest video, Mike? Because I need to. If you have, I have not seen it. I need to go look at it. I'm going to start working on menu number 3, MRE menu number 3 tomorrow. So the Eisenhowers in the White House showed the pantry using the 52 can system, which was covered in Life and Look magazines. There was even an I Love Lucy episode featuring the 52 can system, showing the wad of cash from savings in Lucy's hands. By 1967, America recovers. The rise of suburbs, flight from urban centers. These measures have been forgotten. And what cans might you store? Again, soups, chili, beans, corn, peas, like meats like chicken, meat, Spam, tuna, lots of stuff like that. Good stuff, good stuff. And they're usually, if you store them properly, a dark place, like in your pantry, out of direct sunlight, climate controlled, where it's not real hot, the cans, last well beyond their best buy date, You feed your brother, I understand. Well, Mike, I'm still waiting on a new video. Last one, the kebab, field ration kebab stew 3 months ago, Norwegian Arctic. I know you're busy. I know you got stuff going on. Just saying, I miss some of your stuff. I enjoy it. So I'm sitting at 1,955 subscribers when I started the video. I'll be doing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. You want to be in the drawing, you need to leave me a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I will have released when I hit 2,000. I released, took off work today for my daughter's 4-H judging. Wonderful! Wonderful! Wonderful. I'll be by to visit you, Uncle Al. So I released a video of my friend Dave's box that I just sent off. Uncle Al's next, and then Idaho Garden Girl, who usually watches. She's usually outside working, and she usually re-watches later. She'll be getting a box after that. It's her first year. She did sewing and made a skirt. Wonderful, wonderful. I have two daughters, Mike. Both of them are in their mid-20s. Both of them just recently got married, and they're my pride and joy. Yeah, we do waste a lot of food. My, you know, like, we get a lot of, like, leftovers. We cook, we have leftovers, we put it in the fridge, and then if we don't wind up getting to it, then we chunk it. Do the smell test. It's, how long's this been? You know, oh, got to get rid of this. So anyway, 24 likes, 10 in the house. So I released my goodie box for Dave. It's a follow-up goodie box. Earlier today, 68 views so far. Please leave a like on it. And you know, God bless on your daughter's competition. Mike, I'm sure you're very proud of her. I'm sure probably your missus taught her to sew, helped her. My wife loves sewing, and I can remember back when my kid was, because I was my daughter that was with me from my marriage forever, not my first marriage, this one. I was her high school principal, and she took homemaking her senior year, and she had to sew a pattern, and Mrs. Muchigama, who was also her U.S. history teacher. No, I take that back. She wasn't her U.S. history teacher because she took dual credit for U.S. history. But Mrs. Muchigama was a U.S. history teacher. She taught the U.S. history classes, but then she also taught a couple of, because it was a small school, of homemaking type classes, and she took homemaking with her. I remember she had to do a and I guess we're pampered in the West. Yes, we are. So last time I checked, 68 views. You might want to go by and give that one a view. Remember, last 5 videos I will have released when I hit 2,000. Don't wait for me to hit 2,000 and say, oh, I need to run back and blah, 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 blah. Or, you know, you hit and miss. Because I'll look at the last 5. And the sad thing about that 100 subscriber giveaway is 20 different people left comments on that last video that I did. 20 different people. And only 6 had left comments on each of the last 5. So Enrique on both of his channels, two chances of 6, and he wound up getting the pull, so he got a real nice box from me. Probably put $100, you know, between, you know, what I put in there and, you know, sending it to him. And I mean, I do nice giveaway boxes. A butcher class. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. wood shop in school anymore. Not in junior high. They used to have wood shop in junior high, and now because of the Carl Perkins and the money, they don't get federal money for junior high. They basically leave it with the high school. And yeah, they teach. VISD has a building trades class where they teach them HVAC and electrical and carpentry, and you know, they teach the basics. Drywall, you know, they teach that. Anne Marie, I will tell you, I've never sent anything overseas. I did send something to Canada. My 600 subscriber giveaway winner was Claudette, and she was in here earlier tonight. And I sent it to her in Canada. She's across the border in Ontario. It cost me, and that was that was 2 or 3 years ago, and it cost me over $60 to send something that would have cost me probably about $10 or $12 in the States. So 5 times as much to send that box. Today I sent a box that's like $16 here in the States. I don't know what it would be over in Canada. It'd probably be $75. I haven't sent anything to the Philippines. I haven't sent anything to the UK. I'm sure it would be very expensive. Probably cost me $100 to send $100 worth of stuff over. And plus, you know, they might open it up and mess with it, but I haven't had anybody win that was overseas. I did have somebody from Canada win one of them. Most of my hardcore followers are here in the United States. I did send something to Mike Crusher Review in Ohio one time. It took a month for him to get it. I thought it'd been misdelivered, or he didn't receive it. And then he said that a horse, Pony Express, rode up, and he said he got to pet the horse. Well, that was his comment. But I'd never had that happen before. But usually, you know, sometimes it's a day late, sometimes it's a day early. It's usually 3 or 4 days somebody will get it. And it literally was about a month. It just kept saying it was in transit. Kept saying it was in transit. And I'm wondering if, because, you know, there was something bad that happened up there in Ohio, that train wreck, I'm wondering if it got stalled somewhere up in there and they just left it alone for a period of time. Don't know. $10 watching, 25 likes. Thank you, Uncle Al. Well, I tell you what, I'm over 60 minutes. I will plan on being back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. I try to do them 7 p.m. I'll do a post. I've got some stuff I need to put up, and I need to visit some folks. I appreciate all of you. If you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe. Please leave a like and a supportive comment. I appreciate it. I don't ask people to send me money. I mean, I don't do super chats. I don't do memberships or anything. I basically get my money. I am monetized. I get my money from watch time. So if you would, you know, watch my stuff and let the if you don't have Supreme or Preem, if you don't have YouTube Prime, then please let the ads run. It'd be appreciated. When I get up in the morning, I thank God for the day. I take my medication. I drink my coffee. Matter of fact, I got to take a couple pills tonight that I haven't taken yet. Take pills morning and evening for my various infirmities in my old age. I say the Lord's Prayer. I pray for people. I pray for forgiveness of my sins. And I treat people the way I want to be treated. I was a scout for a couple of years until my father passed away when I was a teenager. I believe in the scout motto, be prepared. And I tell people, everybody, please have a blessed day. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Bye-bye. I enjoyed this. It was a very good, this was a very good video. I really liked that one tonight. I enjoyed it. And everybody, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thumbs up.